All right, welcome back. We're excited to get started. Mindy, are you ready to get started?
I'm ready. Please help me welcome the Black Knight Marching Band.
Howdy. Welcome back. Hopefully that woke you up if you missed the coffee. Hopefully that helped you out with that. Next up, we're going to play our parade tune. Get ready for this because you need to get ready for this school year. Ha ha, right? Next up is You Can Call Me Al, and the only reason why we play this tune is it has an awesome music video, and as the kids would say, this song slaps. next up we're going to have the band get out of our way, and the drum line is going to come up and play what they call mega cadence. Band, go ahead and get out of the way. There we go. Oh yeah. Probably tell from our shirts this year we're doing a Beatles show, and yeah, exactly. And after last year, we just needed a little bit of fun. So we're doing Beatles, and today we're going to play our closer for you guys, which is the whole show features a whole bunch of tunes, but this one features Sgt. Pepper, Lonely Hearts Club Band, and The End. And then we've added a little bit of trumpet screaming Hey Jude at the end, just like a la Maynard Ferguson, if you know Maynard Ferguson. Anyway, so this is the closer to our Beatles show. competition, September 18th. I hope you guys come out and see. The last thing we have to play today is our school song, Far Above Cayuga's Waters. So would you please stand? Very much. Have a great school year.
Can we do it one more time for the Black Knight Marching Band? Thank you so much. At this time, I'd like to welcome our CTA president, Mrs. Missy Tischer.
Hi, welcome back. I am the president of the CTA. That is our local teacher association. Anyone can join. A little bit about what we do and what we stand for. CTA stands for Community Teacher Association. We're a representative of the Teachers Association. We began about 50 years ago in the Farmington R7 district. We are well respected by our admin and the members of our school board. Our mission is to enable members to speak with a common voice on matters pertaining to education profession and to present an individual and common interest before the Board of Education and the community. No matter what national organization you're a part of, you can still be a part of our CTA. What we do, we have monthly meetings with our district leaders, admin, and board members. We have teacher appreciation giveaways throughout the year. We host a retired teacher recognition and lunch. We have community service projects such as the United Way and Salvation Army bell ringing. We also support the CTA backpack program. We have scholarships for our high school seniors, and we have classroom grants for teachers. One thing that we also do is the Teacher of the Year program and banquet. I am going to introduce now to you the winner of last year's Teacher of the Year award for the district is Kylie Allen.
You guys look super thrilled to be here. About as thrilled as I am to be up here. Teamwork can be defined as the combined action of a group of people, especially when effective and efficient. I'd like to give you some examples of what I think teamwork is. Teamwork is calling a colleague for assistance in locating a pesky, rancid smell coming from a student backpack, only to find 3-week-old lunch meat in a secret pocket. Teamwork is devising a support plan for your sticky-fingered student who's wearing your lipstick that they stole and thought that you honestly wouldn't notice. Teamwork is catching a kid peeing on the playground and working together to use it as a learning opportunity. But teamwork is also serious. Teamwork is data discussions. Teamwork is sharing strategies and ideas with colleagues. Teamwork is student success. Isn't it so much better being here together? And when we're together, we have to work together. Now, working together is not a new concept for educators. In fact, there are individuals from all walks of life who know a lot about teamwork. Helen Keller, Ronald Reagan, Booker T. Washington. Instead of quoting their words, though, I'm going to tell you what I think the meaning of teamwork is. Now, I first began working for the district as an aide at Truman Learning Center, next as a paraprofessional at what's now called Daisy Baker and Lincoln Intermediate, and lastly, I became a classroom teacher at Roosevelt Elementary. In all the experiences that I've had in this district, one thing remains constant. Things are always better when we come together. Today, I'm going to discuss how when we are together and working as a team, we have opportunities to help staff as well as students. So what does teamwork look like? What does it do for us exactly? Well, it helps staff. Teamwork is all about staff building great relationships. We show kindness and respect to our work families because if we lose our way just a little bit, it's those family members that are going to help us find our way back. Humor is another way that we support each other, at least in my hallway. Sometimes you need that comic relief just to get grounded. If we have strong relationships, we're going to be more willing to hear one another and understand each other better. Teamwork improves morale. When you come to work knowing that your team fully supports you and cares for you, morale goes up. Then student morale goes up. Now you have a positive learning environment and your job became just a little bit easier. By checking in on colleagues, we're fostering resilient educators. We need to know that we're not alone and that help is just around the corner. We also need to remember to take care of ourselves and check in on our teammates and make sure they're doing the same. Teamwork is collaboration. Now I can speak for third grade when I say that we work really well together. But this is not just at Roosevelt, this is across all 3 buildings. We have shared documents where we can view each other's lesson plans to stay on track. We have mass texts where we wonder what the next science experiment's going to be. We share ideas and strategies, and ultimately we do what we think is best for our students. And I know that we're not the only ones in this district that work so well together. Teamwork also helps our students. When we work together, we can reinforce consistent learning objectives. We have data discussions that can drive our instruction. We can facilitate student goal setting so students have a path that they can follow. Excuse me. A student that we had this past year was not very motivated and his scores never reflected his full capabilities. But once he began tracking his scores, those numbers started to mean something to him. The first time he scored a 70% on a CFA, he couldn't believe it. He said it was the highest score he'd ever got on a math test. Once they taste that success, they're going to want more of it. Teamwork helps students think critically. If a student is given the opportunity to work collaboratively with their peers, and then they're able to practice listening and seeing things from another person's perspective. There's a lot of evidence that cooperative teams achieve at much higher levels of thought and retain information a lot longer than students who work by themselves. Shared learning like this gives students an opportunity to engage in discussion, take responsibility for their own learning, and thus become critical thinkers. Teamwork is modeling good character, not teaching it, modeling it. Character education is crucial for our students, and we can preach to them all day long about how to show good character, what respect is, what does service look like. But they learn best by seeing it for themselves, from the teachers whom they admire and love. When students see teachers from all across the building going out of their way to interact with and work with each other, they're going to follow suit. So to conclude, what does teamwork look like? Teamwork looks like teachers building better relationships. It's an invisible improvement of morale. It looks like collaborative meetings and well thought out learning objectives. What does teamwork do for us? It allows everyone to think more critically. And it can help us mold our students into the wonderful humans that they were meant to be. I'm going to leave you with a song lyric from singer-songwriter Jack Johnson, and I'm going to try not to sing it as I read it. Love is the answer, at least for most of the questions in my heart. Like, why are we here? Where do we go? And how come it's so hard? It's not always easy, and sometimes life can be deceiving. But I'll tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together. Thank you.
Each year, the Farmington School District has the opportunity to locate talented new people and invite them to join our team. Our new staff bring fresh ideas and new perspectives to help us grow, and we, in turn, commit to encourage and support them professionally.
And 2021 is no different. There are 57 new faces. We have new employees in every department. Bus drivers, custodians, coaches, paraprofessionals, administrators, food service workers, administrative assistants, and of course teachers. And 2 positions added to support our mission and vision are a district counselor and a district nurse.
This group of new employees were hired from an application pool of well over 1,000 candidates. Their public education experience ranges from very little to many years. We hired people from out of state as well as several FSD grads.
While some of you may have been squeezing in that one last trip at the end of July or the beginning of August, most of our new staff have been taking part in on-the-job training in these past few weeks. Some of the pre-service preparations included de-escalation, resource training, orientation, and meetings with administrators and others.
On a related note, there are several veteran staff members who are making a transfer to a new department or new buildings within the district as well.
For each new face in Farmington, we want to recognize that there are many of you veteran FSD staff members who willingly take on the vital role of professional guide or mentor. To each of you, we want to say thank you. Thank you for giving of yourself in order to assure that new people are supported and trained. Thank you for taking the time to answer questions and encourage new staff in any capacity.
We would ask at this time that you access the link on your agenda for photographs of our new staff members.
Lastly, please join us in welcoming our new staff to the FSD team. If you are new to our district in any capacity, will you please stand so we can give you a round of applause?
Again, welcome. We're glad to have you here. You belong here.
Okay, Michael. This is my granny, Mary Holman Zaff. My phone's gonna go out on me. At the time this picture was taken, she was a freshman at Farmington High School, and the year was 1914. In 1914, Farmington school colors were ruby red and silver gray. And we didn't have a mascot. So how did we become the Black Knights? Well, in 1915, the football team, who had to purchase all their own equipment, even the footballs, decided to go out and buy black and gold sweaters. And the trend caught on, and we've been black and gold ever since. It wasn't until 15 years later that Farmington decided it was time to add a mascot. Might have been because this group was an undefeated football team in 1930. History books tell us that due to the popularity of Mizzou, that many wanted our mascot to be a tiger. However, then Superintendent W.L. Johns shot down the idea and is rumored to have said there were already too many tigers in the jungle. Mrs. S.E. Yunt Newman was the sponsor of the school paper, and she and her staff suggested the Knight. Her classes had also been reading Idols of the King, which centers on King Arthur and his knights. Most of the members of the 1930 football team were also in her class, and they seemed to like the idea. In a history book, it says, the pep squad liked the Knight rhymed with might, right, and fight. So it was put to a vote by the school body, and by a 2/3 majority, we became the Knights. The first Knight design is given credit to Annie Mae Sides. You can find this design in our Hall of Fame at FHS on a patch that was donated by Mr. John Cosine. Over the last years, the Knight was redesigned a couple times, and in 2006, Farmington alum And art teacher extraordinaire, Mr. Michael Lamb, gave us the current design. Let's hear it from Michael Lamb. Mr. Lamb has been painting it for us ever since, and this summer gave us an amazing piece in historic Truman Auditorium that commemorates each of the night designs we have had to this point. In 2019, another art teacher extraordinaire was asked to help us develop official branding for the district. Ms. Krista McKinney, let's hear it from Ms. McKinney. She developed several designs and put them in a digital format that could be shared with our community. Our new branding will be found on our district website under the Communications tab, and we encourage you to use it with pride. We hope you like the designs, and no matter where you go in life, please remember, once a night, always a night.
I'm always looking forward to just a fresh start. It's filled with excitement and anticipation, and I love building a classroom community at the beginning of the year.
So there's so much to be excited about this school year. The first thing I'm excited about is being able to teach 4th grade, which means that I will get to not only teach new students, but I'm also going to have some of the students that I had last year as 3rd graders.
Absolutely love the book fair. I love taking the children to the book fair, seeing the excitement in their faces, feeling the energy, knowing that I have helped foster that creative love of learning and reading.
Dustin and I, of course, love being a part of the Farmington R7 family. This year I'm looking forward to hopefully a little bit more normalcy than last year. I love being a music teacher and being a part of the elective team at Roosevelt. We have an awesome team, so I'm excited to see them again this year and work with them.
I'm always excited about new staff that we get into the district. I just think it's neat to see their excitement. They're setting up their classrooms and they're eager and fun. But also I will have my oldest daughter in the building here for the first time. So it will be interesting to see how she, reacts to that and whether she talks to me like normal or not.
Of course, I'm looking forward to seeing my students, but I am really looking forward to teaching reading this year. I've gotten brand new books and spent all summer reading, and I'm setting them up, so I'm really looking forward to that.
I think we just need a fresh start. I have a new class that I'm starting, and that's in addition to my international foods class. So the world's big, we needed to add some more countries in there. So that's probably my perk for the year.
So my daughter is going to be in marching band this year. She's a freshman, so I'm excited to go to games and watch her march. I have a bonus son that's going to do track in the fall because he's going to 7th grade. And then my youngest, Riker, gets to be with me in the 6th grade at Lincoln, so I'm excited about that.
So for Washington Franklin this year, 2nd grade will all be self-contained, which it'll be like that across the district actually. And it'll be my first year getting to teach math, science, and reading and social studies. So I'm super excited to have the same kiddos all day and get to kind of explore some of those science experiments with them that I didn't get to do in previous years.
Field trips. It's gonna be a lot of fun because last year so many things were shut down.
Well, more normalcy. I think we all crave that. But I barely launched a new reading club last spring, and I'm anxious to get started with my 4th graders, circling around and getting into some classics and contemporaries and really building that tenacity to stick with the book, because I think that's something we're missing.
Kids coming back, again to see all the new faces, new shiny faces.
I'm just excited to get back in the classroom and to seeing my colleagues. We have a great environment here at Jefferson, and I miss seeing my teacher friends.
Oh, just interacting with everyone. As the distance learning teacher last year, I was kind of in my own little cave, my own little area, so I really look forward to just the interactions with people.
I feel like I belong because I started as a Knight. I've been a Knight since day one of kindergarten. I actually, Farmington was the only place I applied when I got my teaching degree because it's the only place I wanted to work. I always felt like I belonged as a student, and as a staff member I feel like we rally around each other. There's a lot of love and support, and so I know that I belong. I'm excited for my daughter to join the Knights this year as a kindergartner, so it's just that tradition that carries on, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Late summer, your mind starts going to school automatically, and you start missing, you start looking to see who's in those classes, and it's exciting to see, and it's going to be fun. So
I know that I belong here because my daughter Lillian, when she was born, she had a lot of heart problems, and just the way that my principal and my school kind of came together and came with the slogan of "We Are Family," they really helped my family during a really hard time.
I work with a whole group of people that have the same job idea that I do, to become better every single year that we do something. And so when you have that like-mindedness with a group, then you kind of challenge each other and you're doing something better all the time. But on top of that, that makes it more important for me here is that I have Leo and I have Judy in the cafeteria staff. And I have all of those women that if I ask them for something, they go out of their way, and Leo too, to help me out and make sure that I have it. And so, I mean, that's a blessing that everybody would really like to have.
I feel like everybody at Farmington makes you feel welcome. I feel like Lincoln just feels like home. The staff is welcoming. They're always saying hi, asking what you need. It's just a comfortable, friendly atmosphere.
I wanted to be at Farmington because of all the things Farmington has done for me throughout the years. For me, I've been at Farmington my whole life, and so Better Together is truly what I felt all my years of being here.
Well, I feel like I belong here because the climate at Jefferson, I feel like we are such a good family and we all get along and we all support each other and our students.
I know that I belong at Farmington because when I became a teacher, I knew that I wanted to reach as many students as possible. And here at FHS, Coach Hain and Coach Krupe and myself are lucky enough to see every single student at some point come through our doors. They all have to have physical education in their 4 years here, so we are lucky enough to get a chance to meet every single student in our school.
There's a place for everybody at Farmington. We include everybody and we make everybody feel special, and everybody has their own strengths and weaknesses, and I feel like we can use everybody and we all work together like a team.
We are better together. When I go into any classroom, whether it's first grade or high school biology, I see an amazing amount of talent and dedication. I truly do. If we build our school community on those strengths, we can only become more successful. Together strong.
Well, sometimes you don't realize you missed something until it's gone, and so with not being able to come back, I just love that we're going to get to all come back and hopefully have some sort of normalcy this year and let our kids just have a wonderful school year.
Everyone has their own strengths and they're experts in different areas, so we can support each other. And not everyone's always on their A game, so we can pick up the slack whenever we need to. Everyone pitches in to help out.
What makes us better together, especially at Jefferson Elementary, is that once school ends, it's not teachers ending. The relationships continue outside of school year through summer break, and teachers and staff still get together to go hang out and do things through the summer and build those relationships. So the job is more meaningful when you do come back.
We are a community, and it takes a village to raise and teach kids, and I think, we each play an important role. So without each other, we just wouldn't be successful.
Better Together to me is about Farmington seeing that the children have to be safe, they have to be healthy and feel safe to really be ready to learn. And Farmington sees that it takes all of us to make that happen so the children can work up to their fullest potential.
I want to talk with the confidence of Gay Reed. Just saying. I have music. There we go. Welcome to the 2021-2022 school year. It is great to be gathered together this year after so much uncertainty and turmoil in the last 18 months. It's great to see so many smiling faces. It's great to be surrounded by the enthusiasm and optimism which only comes from educators. I've been reflecting on my career lately, and it may just be the start of my 27th year in education, but I continuously and still get butterflies in my stomach, just as if I were in my very first year. Although some of the content and the context of my concerns have changed, the amount of preparation and the mixed feelings of anticipation and the unknown mean that my first day jitters remain the same. Here are some questions which run through my mind each year, and maybe they're the same for you. Am I as prepared as possible? Have I anticipated specific risks or obstacles? Am I learner ready and willing to problem solve at a moment's notice? Am I re-energized to be solution-based for 21-22? And of course, am I doing enough? Am I the only one that feels this way? As we reflect on the beginning school year questions, we can find the answers to these questions by engaging in honest and truly collaborative endeavors, which is really just another way of stating our 2021 theme, you belong here and we are better together. So for just a moment, let's consider each question individually and the Farmington Better Together answer. Am I as prepared as possible? We will be prepared as we work together. Have I anticipated specific risks or obstacles? Our team will support navigation through unprecedented and unpredicted risks and obstacles. Am I learner ready and willing to problem solve at a moment's notice? Our team will support my accountability to stay learner ready in problem solving times. Am I re-energized to be solution-based for 2021-2022? We are better together, and your energy becomes my energy. We believe in each other. Am I the only one feeling this way? I belong, you belong, we belong. In belonging, we find strength. And finally, am I doing enough? How can this be determined? We will find the answer together. In conclusion, education has changed since 1995, my very first year. At times, it feels as if internal and external pressures have increased, and perhaps some of those factors continue to boil. In our current reality, the air hanging over public education sometimes feels pretty heavy and fraught with pressures. However, even in the presence of these increased pressures, I still find comfort. I find support, because I have found humility and human kindness here in FSD. All of these exist around and within you, each of you, the Farmington family. Our team would be less if you were not here. Our progress would lag. Our hope could be compromised. FSD staff no longer have to ask ourselves these questions in isolation as we start another year together and continue forward. We must listen to each other for voices echoing together. As we come together this year, we will look to each other. We will look at each staff mate to exemplify our drive, our passions, and our why. I want to end this time with you by stating a sincere, heartfelt thank you. Thank you for what you do each and every day for being better together.
We are extremely excited that each of you are a part of our district team. Together, we will positively impact the lives of our students. As the start of another school year approaches, I wanted to restate and expand on 3 of our district's core beliefs. First, building relationships. Relationships are foundational to everything that we do. It will set us up for success for the entire year. Students may still grow and learn without a relationship, but not at the level necessarily for excellence when that crucial trust connection is missing. Next, high expectations. High teacher expectations are essential for student growth. When a high bar is established, students will strive to meet it. If a low bar is set, significantly less academic or behavioral growth will happen. And finally, flexibility and teamwork. Flexibility and teamwork help us work peer-to-peer, which leads to a positive impact on students' lives. Each day, we work with both students and staff from very different backgrounds and life experiences. These differences make us stronger as an organization. They help us build connections and greater understanding if we are willing to be open-minded, flexible, and learn through collaboration. By integrating and reinforcing these key areas, we can provide the kind of support every student needs every day. FSD aims to reach each child academically, socially, and emotionally so that all students can ultimately achieve great things. Once again, welcome to our team. Thank you for making the commitment to work together to change lives. I wish each of you an amazing 21-22 school year, and as always, go Knights.
Let's be honest, nobody wants to listen to that again, right? Okay, good. All right, so I have a couple special thank yous before we get to your favorite part of the program. We have our Board of Education that are here today. They do a fantastic job of supporting us in all that we do. We have Mr. Kurt Balke, Mr. Jerry Freeman, Mrs. Angela Hahn. Thank you for all that you do. Also, special thanks. While some of us, many of us, are enjoying our summers, our IT department, custodial, and maintenance departments do their best work throughout the summer to get all of our buildings and campuses ready. Thank you for all that you do. All right, now it's time, so get those red tickets out. Had to check the time. Whoa, all right, we're playing music, I like it. It's a good selection. Stevie Wonder, everybody loves Stevie. All right, guys, thank you for your commitment to our school district. Thank you for being here. Thank you for, again, changing lives. As we've said before, throughout this morning, we are better together. And I appreciate everything that you guys do. Let's make it another fantastic school year. And as always, go Knights. You guys and under an hour too, by the way, just saying.